developers, planning officers, assemblies, and the general public. All of these leads to a much higher development risk, higher costs of infrastructure and projects, and chaos on the ground. The new planning system therefore provides a more rational hierarchy of plans that will ensure the harmonization of spatial development between regions, districts, and communities, while at the same time providing a straightforward basis for the approval or rejection of applications to develop land.
The new spatial planning system seeks to link the socio-economic development policies of the country and the spatial system through a hierarchy of conformity of the plans. In other words, every level of plan should seek to influence the other. In the case of a local plan, the local plan should conform to the structure plan. In other words, the structure plan provides the framework for a local plan, and then the structure plan should also conform to the spatial development framework, with the spatial development framework establishing the parameters for the structure plan.
Spatial plans prepared for the region or sub-region must comply with the requirements established in the National Development Plan and its spatial realization. Likewise, the spatial plans of metropolitan, municipal, and district levels should be based on the plans and strategies approved for the region. Local plans must also be in compliance with the broad land use zones identified in district-level structure plans, and individuals seeking a permit to build must first ensure that their proposals conform to the designated land use of the zone in which their plot is located.
In the case of the spatial development framework, it is an indicative plan that shows how a geographical area will develop over a period of 15 to 20 years. And at the apex of it, we have the National Spatial Development Framework. The National Spatial Development Framework looks at the entire country, how it will develop. From the National Spatial Development Framework, we have the Regional Framework, which also looks at how the region will develop over a period of 10 to 15 years. Then the third is then the District Spatial Development Framework, which will also capture the trend of district development over that period. So all these three constitute the first level of the planning system, which is the Spatial Development Framework. From the Spatial Development Framework, we now move to the structure plan. And the structure plan takes a look at an urban area and its environment and how that area would develop over a period of 10 to 15 years. From the structure plan, we move to the local plan, which now further subdivides the land into plots, and it is based on these plots that people are able to get title to the land. They are able to secure permits to put up their structure. Also from the local plan, one is able to get street names in an area, and utility maps are also prepared from the local plan. Another important aspect of the local plan is that every plot would have a unique parcel number, and that number could be accessed, and attributes data like the ownership of the plot, the status of development, and other information can be accessed from the unique parcel numbers. It's important to mention at this stage that community involvement is so important in the preparation of the local plan. And in the case of the structure plan, other stakeholders that have a stake, they are also so involved.
At the top of the hierarchy is the National Spatial Development Framework, DSDF. The National Spatial Development Framework is a policy document prepared to complement the National Development Plan, and its preparation would involve consultation with national stakeholders, including all political parties and ministries.
By stakeholders, we referring to, for example, the District Assembly, the Traditional Authority, landowners, civil society groups focusing on various areas like gender, environment, human rights. We talk about ordinary citizens. We talk about specialized professional groups like Canaba Association and the rest. we involve them to ensure that the plans we prepared are acceptable as products that belong to all and which must be protected by all. By involving stakeholders, we find it easy, especially at the point of implementation, where everybody identifies with how space has been organized, how every plot should be used. And so anytime, anywhere somebody finds something going wrong with the use of a particular plot, they begin to take steps by reporting to the appropriate authority and action following.
The National Spatial Development Framework must thus be coherent with the medium-term development plan of the various districts, municipal and metropolitan assemblies, and other relevant national and regional level policies, plans and programs. The national economic and social development goals, objectives and strategies of the medium-term development plans are giving spatial expression in the Spatial Development Framework, SDF.
We have been facing challenges in how to reorder development in our human settlement sector, and because of that interest, we have even formed a subcommittee of the Development Commission to look into responses to the challenges that bring a lot of havoc, destruction, and ill health to the community.
Similarly, in the plans for the sector ministries, there's also a section for the spatial manifestation, so that you would see how there is now a linkage between the two.
At the next level of the plan is a structure plan, which is a long-term statutory framework used to guide the development or redevelopment of a town or city and its peripheries.
Currently, under the Technical Assistance for Land Use Planning and Management, the Town and Country Planning Department, with support from a team of consultants, is piloting the preparation of structure plans and local plans in 6 districts across the nation.
This is on a pilot basis, but when we come to the grandiose, town and country planning is the process of recruiting more staff for the 170 districts. But for now, I can say that we have enough capacity, because when you go to Savelugu in the northern region, you come to Ejoso in the Ashanti region, you come to Dodowa in the Greater Accra region, Agunan Kwanta and Asankregwa in the western region, and the central region we have Kasua.
The land use planning and management project is a sub-component of the land acquisition project, and the Dangbi West District Assembly has been selected as one of the pilot districts.
A local plan determines the use to which every plot of land is put to within the plan area. So if you look at this one, you see that we have the road system, the road hierarchy, we have the major road, the secondary road, and the distributors. But each parcel that is appearing here has been given a specified zoning, and that is used for the permitting system, because if you submit a permit, we have to make sure that the intended use conforms to what has been approved in the planning, in the layout. So like we see here, this plot, this parcel with this yellow and the red outline is zoned for educational purpose. So if a person submits application for this same plot and the person is using it for residential, then you have basis to say that no, because it has been approved for educational purpose.
Very key elements of the new planning system is the emphasis on participation by relevant stakeholders, which include local authority, community members, utility and service providers, investors, real estate developers, and traditional rulers in the plan initiation, preparation and implementation process. Ministries, departments and agencies, including the security services, are also involved in the planning process.
By participatory planning, we mean the active involvement of all stakeholders who are beneficiaries of plans for a particular area. So we tend to, for example, right from the point of data collection, involve them right to the point of the plan preparation and its implementation.
This approach to land use planning, implementation and monitoring allows for communities to be empowered by way of knowing and enforcing the right use of land in their communities. It operates on the assumption that if people assist to plan their communities, they will equally enforce the plan, thereby ensuring a well-structured spatial development.
The district assemblies have assisted the department in refurbishing the district offices. We have modern gadgets. Now we don't draw with the T-squares and what we call the drawing tables again. They do everything on the computer. We have plotters and then software for generating of these plans.
We have the technology now at our fingertips. Let's say internationally, I would say since past 5 or 10 years, but now this technology, and we are now talking here very much about the technology, computer technology, ICT. This is here now what we are introducing.
The new planning system is enshrined in the new planning bill. When passed into law, will greatly improve the present chaotic system we currently operate. It will empower district, municipal and metropolitan assemblies to perform their planning functions better and bring them more income.
This law is dealing with how you use your land. Now, the current law is the 1944 Cap 84, the Town and Country Planning Ordinance, with various other laws that relate to it. What we have done is to try and bring it into the modern context and harmonize the over 300 laws and subsidiary laws which affect our planning in Ghana.
We'll have a better planned, towns and cities, and then also we will minimize the creation of slums, in our towns and cities, and we will have a better land use.
To the extent that this is an attempt to consolidate all the laws on spatial planning in the country, it will make for a more orderly development of our cities and towns. It will assign responsibilities to various levels and institutions, and it will also make enforcement and compliance easier.
In 2007, the department was performing below expectation, mainly due to its weak and obsolete legal and institutional structures, poor human resource and logistical constraints. Additionally, to the use of obsolete technologies, procedures and methods that retarded the rate of service delivery. In 2010, however, a new dawn is here.